everybody. I'm doing another episode right now. I have watched some of these new HBO shows that have come through. They've just released, I guess, beginning November, We got the 4th episode of Watchmen under the way, and the pilot episode, and the 2nd episode is actually going to air later today, of His Dark Materials, which, if you're unfamiliar with it, they're based on the books that were, the basis for the Golden Compass movie. I don't know if you remember that from like 2005 or 2007, with like Daniel Craig and Nicole Kidman. I thought that movie was like okay. It was like the first half, or like half of the movie was okay, and then the rest of it was just kind of garbage. I liked part of it, and I did not like the other parts. This is an adaptation of the same source material, and I really, really like it. The Daniel Craig character from that movie is played this time by James McAvoy, and if you don't know me, you know that I love James McAvoy so much. Ever since X-Men First Class, he is an amazing actor. I love him as Kevin Wendell Crumb in Split, and obviously I still have to see Glass, but I honestly, there's no excuse. I should go home and watch Glass after work today, which I'm driving to right now. My second job of the day, tutoring. But, make money, and you get HBO. HBO has some great shows on there right now. Barry, if you haven't seen Barry, I think season 3 is coming in 2020, which for me, it cannot get here any sooner because, oh man, I love Barry, If you love dark comedies, then there's no excuse. The show you should be watching is Barry. His Dark Material is really good. The girl from Logan, her name is Daphne Keane. She is the main character in this show. She plays the character Lyra, and holy hell, she carries this entire show. She's the main character, and she has to act alongside James McAvoy and Ruth Wilson from The Affair and Luther. And these are really good actors, and she completely carries the entire show. It's basically her on screen for most of it, and she basically steals every scene she's in. She's funny, she's witty, she's clever, she's smart, and she's also just a great delight to watch, and also really good child actor. And James McAvoy is just awesome in all the scenes he's in. I'm used to, if Bill in It Chapter 2 was kind of a disappointment for me, but also he was James McAvoy did a great job as the character. I just didn't really like the character. I love James McAvoy in Split and in X-Men. He's great. So I've found him to be quite a likable character. In this one, he's still a likable character, Lord Asriel, but his character is also stern. He's quite stern, which is different than what I'm used to him being as Charles Xavier. So he's still good, but he has that different side of him, which I like. To this character, so that all of his characters aren't the same kind of James McAvoy likable guy. So I think that's cool. And the whole thing with the daemons and the animals that are bonded to the human souls, I think that stuff's interesting, and they explore the mythology of this world, and there's a mystery. So I'm intrigued. It was a good first episode. I don't think it relied too much on the exposition except the beginning where they just basically like straight up explain to you like, hey, this is a world similar to ours but different, and it's like a human soul is bonded to an animal known as a daemon, and the bond is sacred. And that's basically all the explanation for exposition that they give, literally. There's some that happens through dialogue, but you know, that's a part of the story. It's not explicitly like expository for exposition's sake. You know, there's a mystery going on, and they're trying to figure out why certain things are happening and why certain things are the way they are. And there's like a whole cover-up, and there's a whole conspiracy thing probably brewing. That's what I imagine is going on. Watchmen, on the other hand, I don't know what the hell is going on. I have some ideas as to what's going on, but I will get into that once I have had a few hours to think, I guess. You know, usually this would be where I come back after like 3 hours and start recording again, but I realized I have some more time before work than I thought I did. So I will just sit here and record for just a little bit. Let's talk about Watchmen. Watchmen is a very interesting show, okay? I have had some quite interesting experiences with the movie, directed by Zack Snyder. So, first, I tried watching the Zack Snyder theatrical cut of the Watchmen movie back when I think it came out like 2008. I tried watching it when I was like 13 or maybe 15. No, it was definitely when I was like 14 or 15. I got it from the library. I was like, hey, this looks cool. I always was interested in that one guy called Rorschach who had like a Rorschach ink blot mask for a face, you know? It always looked like this dark noir superhero thing, you know? So I was like intrigued. So I get it from the library. Me and a friend put it in, and I guess 20 minutes in, we both, like, I crap you not, I shit you not, we both immediately, like we pass out. And after that, I just never, like, touched that DVD again. I, like, returned it, and I forgot about Watchmen for another 4 or 5 years. And then I have Amazon Student Prime, and the Watchmen Ultimate Cut, which is about 3 hours and 45 minutes. I think the theatrical cut is like 3 hours and 8 minutes. It's crazy long. But the Ultimate Cut has a 20-minute animated movie intercut in between, and also about like 15 minutes of extra footage or something like that. And it's like this huge epic. And I quite liked it. I really, really enjoyed this Ultimate Cut of Watchmen. So if you're going to watch any like of the Watchmen movies directed by Zack Snyder, the Ultimate Cut, or maybe the extended version, the extended cut, whichever one has like the most of the extended scenes in there. Because I really think that it needs to be experienced like in its entirety. The theatrical cut is just not cut as well. I'm saying cut so many times. It's not good. So, cut. Oh, man, I cracked myself up. Anyways, Watchmen, the show. I think it is similar to the movie and the book, but I have to read the graphic novel, and I honestly should just read the graphic novel to see how they're doing the things in their show and what exactly they're doing. I have some ideas as to what's going on, but it's all just kind of, it's really weird, it's a little heavy-handed, and it's just kind of like, okay, question mark. Like it's like, okay, that like this is what's happening. I feel like another podcaster or YouTube film pundit, Mr. Robert Meyer Burnett, the notorious R&B, he has talked about how he doesn't like story reveals that are just kind of the stories take place in a way that they just don't reveal vital information to you, and then the whole plot twist or reveals become the revelation of information. which I understand. I 100%, like, I can get behind that. Like, if you show, like, everything that's going on revolving a certain character, but then just don't show, like, when that thing is taking place, but then, like, 8 or 9 episodes down the line, you reveal that, like, this has been taking place during a different time period, which takes place, like, 50 years before the events of everything else we're watching in the show. It's kind of like, I mean, okay, like, whoa, like, this was not even, like, in the same time period, but also, like, wow, okay, so you had to just, like, you only made us think that we were telling, like, you were indeed telling us 2 stories at once, but you had us think that all of these things would connect together at some point, but they really didn't. And the way you're gonna, like, bring it all, like, together is to reveal that this was years before any of this other stuff. If you've seen Westworld Season 1, you kind of know what I'm talking about. Other than that, I don't know. I think Jeremy Irons, not Dr. Manhattan, Ozymandias is probably in some alternate world that's created by either Dr. Manhattan or Lady True or something. I'm pretty intrigued with all the stuff that's going on with Sister Night and not Silk. I think it's Silk Spectre. Laurie Blake. It's pretty intriguing, but, you know, I still... The thing is, we're 4 episodes in, and I don't quite know what the story is going to lead to. That's like the one gripe I have with this. Like, I should have some sort of, like, anticipation, expectation as to, like, how the story is going to go, how the story is going to progress, what we're leading to, like, what to expect. Not like, I don't need to know what to expect, but also I would like to know, like, the general trajectory of the story for this season. But, you know, maybe that will come into be revealed with the next episode. But, you know, only time can tell. We've only been 4 episodes in. So, let's see.